Good morning, everybody. The time is currently almost 9 a.m., and you're watching one of our daily news talks. I do this every single day, like I said, so if you want to continue to hear me talk, go ahead and subscribe. You guys already know how we do it here. We're scrolling on Twitter. Twitter news is how it's done. Oh my god, dude. Justin Trudeau just tweeted this out a minute ago. Should I watch it? The future of AI is up to us. I can't hear it. My headset's off.
AI could be an existential threat or a global opportunity. It all depends on how we act now. I'm at the AI Action Summit to help shape it for the better.
I mean, his videos look like he's actually doing work. Like, the videos he posts of himself actually look good. I mean, I like the music in the background. Hopefully I don't get copyright strike. Breaking. President Trump will not buy Gaza, but he will simply take it. We are going to have Gaza. We don't have to pay for it. There's nothing to buy. It's a war-torn area. It's kind of true.
No reason to buy. There is nothing to buy. It's Gaza. It's a war-torn area. We're going to take it. We're going to hold it. We're going to cherish it.
And then he later says in the clip, because I already watched it, he says they're going to do something special with it. I'm not sure what people think of this, but I mean, the Gaza Strip is literally a war-torn country, so it's better to probably place it in America's hand than literally any other country, because America has values to uphold. Values like people's rights, you know, shit like that. King Abdullah of Jordan said to Trump, "I finally see somebody who can take us across the finish line and bring stability and peace and prospering to our region." Wow, he actually did say this. Let me put it louder for you guys.
Mr. President, I truly believe that with all the challenges that we have in the Middle East, that I finally see somebody that can take us across the finish line to bring stability, peace, and prosperity to all of us in the region. And it is, I think, our collective responsibility in the Middle East to continue to work with you, to support you, to achieve those lofty goals. So I'm very delighted to be here, and as you said, sir,
So the clip is a little low in volume, but he says at the end it'd be an honor to basically work with President Trump and to contribute with him. Donald Trump Jr. tweeted out, "Glad my father is fighting so hard to end the war and bring peace to Ukraine and Russia." And Trump just tweeted out that he's sending the Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent, to Ukraine to meet President Zelensky. To basically, he says this war must be stopped and will end soon. Hate on him if you want, but the man knows how to do business and the man knows how to move things around. No more embarrassing crackling, no more inherent word salads. Vice President G.D. Vance is showing true leadership, commanding the room and making clear that American is back. European. Wow.
Yes, that's right.
This clip also is very low in volume.
Good afternoon, everybody. How we doing? Good. Great. Well, I want to welcome the delegation here, especially the President of the European Commission and the former President of Estonia, who we met with when I was a senator just a couple of months ago, it feels like. But we're going to talk a lot about, I'm sure, some trade issues, some economic.
Basically, he just talks a little bit and says it's an honor to be here with everyone and to further strengthen our trade with the European Union. Basically, stuff a vice president should do. So it's good that he's doing that. And my God, do I have a lot of clips of Trump's and G-Day events on today's episode. Sorry, boys. Charges for natural gas. Customer charge $27.47. Delivered to you is going to cost $22. Federal carbon tax charge is going to cost $61. Gas supply charge $56.64. Cost adjustment $268. Charges for natural gas $164. And then there's a tax on top of that. Total charge for natural gas is $185. $185 just to get $27 worth of gas. Bro. What the actual hell? We're going to have to freaking watch this.
Daniela, I'm hearing from current and former high-level police officers that say, despite what the Globe and Mail or Daniel Dale at CNN are reporting about, 40 kilograms is it. No, Canadians have no idea the level of criminal money laundering running through our cities that's connected to this. So that's the issue. I just want to add, before we look, where do we go from here? What Mark is saying about a hurricane, that hurricane is going to hit us with 25% or more if we don't put a real fentanyl czar in place. That is someone with credibility, that the U.S. government, look, they're not going to be fooled if you put a Justin Trudeau office lackey in that position. They need someone that can assure the American government that the RCMP will work with the DEA if they want to put a wiretap on a triad boss or a cartel boss in Vancouver and Toronto, because it didn't happen before. The last point is, look, this U.S.-Canada strike force on organized crime, I believe the American government is going to want to see legal memorandums of understanding signed with Ottawa saying this isn't just pretty language to put off a tariff. This is some sort of joint laws between Canada and the United States where we will have, you working with the fentanyl czar. If the FBI and DEA want to come up to Vancouver and bust one of these triad command control money laundering nodes, which, by the way, I'm afraid, I'll say it, some of these bosses are connected to funding of the Trudeau Liberals. I'll just drop that because it's true. And I believe the Trump administration knows it. So the Americans, we're now, in the Germany-Greece European Union relationship. Canada and United States are there. They're not trusting our word anymore. They need to see our homework.
We're screwed. We are so screwed. I don't know what else to say. That's crazy. Our government is linked to that type of stuff, and it hurts. It really does hurt, because I'm a Canadian and I live in this country. Justin Trudeau tweeted out 14 hours ago, I just announced Canada's new fentanyl Caesar, Kevin Brucereau, with over 20 years of RNCMP experience. He will accelerate our efforts to detect, disrupt, and dismantle the fentanyl trade. I quoted to this tweet, X.com, should I be worried about this guy? There has been a lack of trust and transparency from this administration. Many Canadians see themselves as being in an abusive relationship and they want a divorce. The Canada that I grew up in isn't the Canada that I had my teenage years in. Does that make sense? Elon Musk tweeted out, shot on the mark.
Direct that hide behind three-letter agencies. That's fucking amazing. And then there's this other thing about Elon. Elon's going to steal everybody's money. He has $400 billion. I'm telling you, he's not going to steal your money. I'm telling you, that's not what he's doing. What he's doing is he's a super genius that's been fucked with. Okay? And when you've been fucked with by these nitwits that hide behind three-letter agencies, and you're dealing with one of the smartest people alive, and he helps Donald Trump get into office, and he goes, I want to find out what kind of corruption is really around. Well, you fucked up. You fucked up and picked the wrong psychopath on the spectrum, because he's going to hunt you down. He's going to find out what's going on. And that's good. That's good for everybody. That's how you should be looking at this. Like, wow, we have a brilliant mind that is examining these really fucking corrupt and goofy systems and bringing in a bunch of psychopath wizards.
I want to know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments below. That's exactly what we need in this time. Premier Doug Ford tells U.S. Chamber of Commerce in Washington, D.C. that Ontario can flick off energy as far north as Florida at a moment's notice. Why are we saying this? Why? What is up with our politicians? This is not what we want here.
I want to further integrate our energy and electricity grids. People don't realize, as we stand right here, right now, we can deliver from Ontario electricity as far south as Florida.
Okay, listen, buddy, Doug Ford, we don't want any type of conflict with the U.S., all right? What are you trying to get at? Instead of trying to figure out trade wars with the U.S., why don't you try and get Quebec to finally agree to the pipeline deal that they've been holding back for 9 years? Why don't you convert your energy instead of trying to attack and dismantle literally the best fucking nation on the planet, literally the most powerful, strongest nation on the planet, with our, man, I don't even know what I was going. I'm so over Doug Ford.
We can flick on the switch or flick off the switch. I prefer flicking on all the switches, and encourage more exports of Canadian energy and electricity to the U.S. to power your economic growth.
Does this make any sense to you guys? He just said in his speech, by the way, remember, we can flick off your energy. We can flick off your energy at any moment's notice. And then literally 10 seconds later, he said, we encourage more trade.
Encourage more exports of Canadian energy and electricity to the U.S.
Like, that's the most backhanded speech line ever. Like, who does this guy think he is, man? Our politicians are so silly. So silly. Why do they want a war so badly? Trudeau had a chance to speak to DJ Vance, yet chose not to at the AI Summit. So he was at the AI Summit, didn't speak to anybody important, and basically took a few photos and left. Nice. But he looked good on camera. You gotta make sure of that. You gotta give it to Trudeau. He looks good on camera. Trump is slapping 100% tariffs on Canadian cars. This was posted by Mr. Sunshine Baby. Man, we are effed up. He's going to keep hammering us with tariffs until the final nail in the coffin will eventually be our defense budget. I predict Trump will announce to the world that Canada is no longer under Americans' protection. Wow. And that is, holy crap, it is really bright. But that is today's news in a nutshell, boys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. We do these daily. I just come in, show you guys a few things, talk a little bit, and it's basically just a way for me to show YouTube that I'm consistent a little bit. And yeah, I'll see you guys all tomorrow for the next one. Peace, boys.